So here we go, everybody. Welcome to the Kings of Anglia Track the Girls Talk podcast, the first of 2023. Happy New Year to all our listeners. Of course, we are proudly sponsored by John Fowler's Solicitors. So big up Michael Kennedy, as always, for his support. This week, I'm joined as ever by my co-host and Town Women skipper, Blue Wilson. Also, birthday girl, Blue Wilson. We'll get to that in a minute. And also, Town midfielder, town captain as well. I don't know what to do with myself. I've got two captains in the room. Good old Bonnie Horwood is here to discuss all things Town Women. Let's go to Blue first. Happy birthday to you, Blue. How's things?
I'm feeling old, Ross. Just turned 21, starting to get a few wrinkles. You know, just age, isn't it? But other than that, I'm all good. Been on the pitch the past few weeks in training, sort of non-contact, so that's all going very well. Road to getting back on the pitch is getting closer and closer, which is good. How was your Christmas and New Year? Have a good one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm very laid back with my Christmas and New Year. As you know, I'm not a Grinch, but I'm more like I'm just there for the food and alcohol and and stuff like that. The rest of it, yeah, it's a gimmick, really, isn't it? But no, it was good. 21 Blue. That's a big number. That's a big one.
Number.
It's a big one.
Proper adult.
Very much so. But hope you have a good birthday. And what a way to spend your birthday speaking to me and Bonnie. Let's go over to Bonnie then. Bonnie, welcome back to the show. How's things? And have you dried off after the game against Pompey?
I'm all good, thank you. Obviously, majorly disappointing the weekend. Unfortunately, it's not much we can do about that now, but apart from dust ourselves off, and it's quite good. We've got a game, obviously, Sunday now to get straight back into it. It's definitely not over. Obviously, it's been a bit of a dent in our league, but no, it's still all to play for. Just need a little bit of luck, but I'm sure we can still do it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's go through the game as a whole. Blue, unfortunately, you wasn't there, but what's your first sort of reflections on the defeat? I'm sure you've been able to watch it back and speaking to teammates and Joe and everything. But what was your reaction when you saw the full-time scoreline?
Obviously following avidly on Twitter, waiting for the next update. But I knew it was going to be a tough game because Portsmouth do seem to be our bogey team for some reason. We struggled to break them down. I think that was the case on Sunday as well. But it sounded like a tight game, and I was texting Kieran throughout, and he said, yeah, it's just really tight, but we're struggling to create, and our final ball hasn't quite been there. So we've had that sort of theme before, and it's good to see that in training we've now straight in yesterday been working on it and seeing how we can fix it going forwards. Again, disappointing result. Portsmouth are a good team, but we need to be winning games like that, or at least drawing them. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, both of you, because you were actually there. So what did you think, Bonnie? How would you sort of sum up the game?
Frustrating, I'd say. I think first half, definitely in the game, I felt, the goal was coming. We controlled it. I thought we was better than last year, how we started against them, which was positive. But it was just, I think we could have got a penalty. I can't put it all on that, but that could have swung the game. But I definitely think if we'd have gone 1-0 ahead at half-time, we'd have come out and won 3-4-0. But it's just one of them. It's just we need to just get that final bit going now. Keep getting more bodies in the box, and that little bit of composure just now in that final third, and just picking that pass out to someone, and then again the composure. But I think it's definitely coming. It's just we can't waste any more time now, I think. So we've definitely got to keep full steam ahead. Can't feel sorry for ourselves, and like I say, Sunday B's away. I think it's a brilliant fixture for us. So I think now just full steam ahead, and let's be relentless.
Words of wisdom there, Blue, from Bonnie. I thought we started the game really brightly, controlling the game. And that was a good penalty shout for Lucy O'Brien. I was right in front of it, and I was like, oh, I'm not, take my bias hat off. I was like, that's a penalty, but we didn't get it, and we move on. And of course, Pompey, who are a big side, a very physical side, had the only shot on target in the entire game and scored it. wrong time to concede as well, really, Blue, just before half-time. I think Pompey put the goal out. I'm sure you've seen the goal. But just a moment of just came out of nowhere, and a good finish, to be fair.
Yeah, and that's all it takes, one chance. And yeah, you mentioned the timing of the goal. I think that's so important as well, because say we go in at 0-0, Joe then has the talk, and the team talk changes after we go 1-0 down, especially if we haven't had a shot on target or are struggling to create. So I think that's had a massive impact, and it would on the pitch, mentally probably as well. But yeah, it's a goal. She's cut in from the left, hasn't she? Put a ball into the box, and it's a clinical finish. But I think we've got to start. What we've got to work out is, although we're dominating games, how do we convert that into goals? I know Joe is tirelessly working on how we can improve that, and we're working on it on the pitch as well.
Yeah, Bonnie, we dominated possession, but just didn't have that cutting edge. And, it's great to have all the possession, but not to have that cutting edge is a bit frustrating, I'm sure, for supporters, even just, yourselves. You got all that possession, you get in right, positions, but we just couldn't find that cutting edge, unfortunately.
No, and then obviously, second half, they just, went to a back five. So it was even more frustrating for us. But again, we still should be able to, break teams down, with that. So I think, we need to mix up our game a little bit. We definitely need more shots. Obviously, we're not, getting the shots off the weekend. So, but I'm positive we can turn this around, and we know what we've got to do. So, I'm feeling positive for Sunday. We can go out and do that. Yeah,
because of course we weren't originally going to have a game this weekend, but thankfully the fixtures list has put it in for London Bees away. Because think about it, if we didn't have a game this weekend, that means we're going straight into the game against Lewis in the FA Cup, the Championship side. So it's great that we'll be able to pick ourselves up and play that game. We'll get onto that later on, of course, in the podcast to preview it. But final reflections, Blue, on the game. Pompey, they're our bogey side, aren't they? We just can't beat them in this division.
We can't, Ross, at all. And I think we have to take away that stigma of a bogey team, even though our previous results haven't been great. But if we play them again, we can't have that. We need to break it at some point. But sounds like lots of learning. And I think the team came in yesterday and looked a bit refreshed in training, and were willing to improve, and stuff has to get better if we want to reach the heights that we want to. So, want to move past, take things from, and improve, I think.
Indeed. And Bonnie, final sort of talk on the game before we move on. We mentioned this because it's happened a lot, actually. I swear the weather has been dreadful the last few games. I know it affects both sides, but what was that like playing in that weather? Because that just came out of nowhere, that rain. And I will admit, once again, put my hand up, I did go and, go into the stand, because I just don't fancy getting wet, to be fair. But you guys have to play in it. But what was that like? I'm sure it affects the game a little bit.
It does. I don't think it was quite as bad as Cheltenham. I mean, that was pretty constant the whole game. But it sort of come out of nowhere, didn't it? But it sounds cliche, but it's obviously the same for both teams. Obviously, we're a bit more of a footballing team, so it can affect it. But like you say, it's all part of the game, and we need to be able to deal with all situations. So it was on 3G, so we can still keep the ball down. So like Blue said, it is, it's all a learner, but we need to learn the lessons quite quick now. So Sunday, can't come soon enough, really.
Definitely. Well, we'll move on, and we're going to go on to, of course, our favourite feature on the podcast, 10 questions with, and we're going to have a little pause here. We'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. Just a bit of admin for us to do there. Now, we've got 10 questions, as always. First up, we're getting deep with you, Bonnie. We're getting deep. What has been the one thing you've had to overcome in life?
I wouldn't say I keep it sort of football related. I'd probably say when I was younger, I was told a lot, sort of I was too small, and sort of I'll be too weak to play football. And I was, probably the smallest player always in the team. So I think, just overcoming that and just believing in myself that, I will grow a bit and I will get stronger. And I think obviously as a centre mid, there was always that stigma, you've got to be strong. And And there wasn't just so much talk about women's football, obviously, back in the day. But yeah, I think probably that, and just the, never giving up, and, you will get there. So yeah, I'll probably say that.
Okay, that's a good answer. Straight off the bat, Blue there. I want to quickly ask one more question, Bonnie, before Blue goes on to the second question.
Yep.
How's it been like scoring a few goals this season?
It's been nice, actually. Yeah, it's been a bit of a shock. I think I've got 5. So I think 3 are actually set pieces, but that they all count. And yeah, it's been nice to get on the score sheet. Yeah.
I like the goal against Portishead because you're in the box rather than late in the box, and just there, alert and scoring. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really miss, but yeah, they all count, don't they? So
you got to be there, count. Ready. Yeah, they all count. They all count. They all count. I like it. All right, then, Blue, over to
you. Second question: what is your ideal meal?
I don't know.
This can be breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. It's an open-ended question.
Most people know I'm quite sort of bit of a plain Jane with my food, but I'll probably go for your sort of standard roast dinner. Probably either chicken or beef. So yeah, roast dinner.
And we're throwing Kieran under the bus again. You have gravy, surely, Bonnie. You have gravy.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe Kieran doesn't have gravy, but yeah, definitely 100%.
Yes, good. Sensible human being you are, but Bonnie. Kieran, still a disgrace, my friend. Still a disgrace. Question 3, Bonnie. Which other sport do you enjoy?
I enjoy boxing. I've sort of done that off and on now for probably about 7-8 years. So yeah, had a few fights and that, and it helps with my football, definitely, with all the fitness training. So and I enjoy watching, boxing on TV and that. So yeah, go for the boxing.
Nice one. Is it what sort of boxers do you enjoy watching, and you sort of follow?
Lomachenko. I watch him a lot, just like his footwork and movement as a boxer, and he's very skillful. So yeah, I enjoy watching him.
Nice one. Over to you, Blue.
What is the one item you can't live without?
I'd probably say my hair gel, like wax. So got to keep the hair in check. So yeah, just a little item I sort of carry around in my car and in my bag and stuff. So yeah.
Good one. I like it.
I like that, definitely. I think that surprised me, that one, but I like that. I like it, Bonnie. I like it. Now, big one now, Bonnie. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
It probably would be to transport. I know people have probably said this, but literally just if I want to just go somewhere abroad or hop on a beach, yeah, I'd probably go for that.
It's practical. We gotta be practical, Blue. We gotta be practical.
Imagine the weekends you could have away. You'd just go out. You'd go away for the Saturday, wouldn't you? Be back for the Sunday. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I'd just pop to Ibiza after training on a Friday night, and then come back Sunday morning, play my game.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. But the problem is, if everyone has that, that's gonna be it's gonna be a mess. The whole world is just gonna be a mess. Everyone's just transporting everywhere. It's just like it's just So maybe only a few people can have it. Or you could only have a few a year. Everyone has like maybe 3 a year, and then so you have to make sure. But yeah, I'm thinking too deep into this question. Move on, Blue.
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. I'll move on then. What's the song you've got on repeat at the moment?
Probably Escapism. Got this from Laugh and Lucy at work. So I don't know who sings it or if it's whatever. But yeah, I've got that on repeat a few times at the moment.
Yeah.
I will admit, I don't know what that is. I'll have to listen to it at some stage. I should know, really, maybe, because I'm sure it's probably sort of type music I like. But I'll have a look. I'll have a look later on, and I'll let you know.
I think it's in the charts right now. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's a new one.
Good one.
Fair play. Like it. Okay then, Blue, Bonnie, what's on your bucket list on things you want to achieve? So life, football, whatever you want.
I've always said I want to run a marathon. I've done a half before, but the marathon's something I definitely want to do. Obviously, you don't really get a chance to do any training or stuff when you're playing football. But I think when I retire, it would be one of the things I try and do straight away, something to aim for. So and the Great Wall of China, I've always wanted to walk that. So a couple of things I'll have to do before I'm 40.
Nice one. Blue, do you know what? My good friend has been she's been pushing me to do a half marathon this year. And I may try. I know it's only a half marathon, but it's you know me. I'm a lazy boy, so I'm possibly doing a half marathon in May, but I haven't decided yet. I haven't put my name down, but it could be happening. I was
get your name down.
Oh, I don't know.
Get your name down. Once it's down, then you'll start training for it.
Yeah,
you've got to commit.
I have to commit, and watch this space, everybody. You never know. Yeah, but I'll let everyone know if I do definitely do it. But yeah, it's as Bonnie mentioned marathon. I thought
we're doing one here at work. Well, I'm organising one for April from Colchester to Brighton-on-Sea. So I can put your name down if you want, Ross.
I'll let you know.
Right, okay.
Let you know because this one is in May. So I've got another month to add to training. But I'll let you know.
Okay.
But that's great. That's great to hear, Bonnie. You're doing that. That's great. Any else getting involved that we know? Is because I know you work with Lucy and Laffy. Are they getting involved in that or not for them?
Well, it's on the 23rd of April, so I'd imagine we'll have a game, and obviously we don't really want to do that obviously to coincide with football, but if we haven't got a game, I'll be there sort of probably being a marshal or something. Nice one. I thought you were taking part in it. Oh, I'm definitely not taking part now, buddy. We can support each other. I can support you. So.
Oh, guys, God's sake, please. I should have mentioned it now. Everyone's going to say, you got to do it now, Ross. You got to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing, Ross. Yeah. It's good. Where do you want to do your marathon? Is there any particular place you want to do it, Bonnie, or is it just the milestone of the marathon?
Yeah, I think it's just the milestone of doing it, really. And then if I manage to, I don't want to time. I just want to be able to complete it and not walk. So just to run the whole thing, and then there's obviously the ultra marathon after. So I'd like to, one step at a time, obviously do that one, and then if I can go for the ultra. But we'll see what happens. Maybe obviously the London one is the main one, but I don't really care. So just to complete it, really.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow, ultra marathon. Not sure I'm going to be able to do that.
I'm hitting the wall straight away. You know the wall. Yeah, it's a brick wall you hit halfway through, and you're like, oh, that's what I'm going to hit. But yeah, as you said, I don't really mind. I don't want to hit a certain time. I just I'm happy just to complete it, even if it takes 3 hours or whatever. I'm just at least I said I completed it, and I didn't, just sort of. But yeah, injuries and stuff can happen during it, but hopefully that won't be the case. But there we go. Blue, next up.
Yeah.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
So is this just anyone I could pick? You mean by this question?
Anyone, yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably say if it's in the team, probably Liv or Luce. Probably Liv would give a good maybe account of myself. She'd make it a bit funny just being her. So probably go for her.
Oh, this is a different take on it. Because I mean like an actress.
I didn't really know what the take was. Yeah, I weren't really sure by that one, but if I go for one of them too.
That's fine. I don't mind that. That's fair enough. So, Blue, who's playing you then?
I could see Liv Smith as an actress, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought like that in daily life, didn't she?
Yeah. No, I don't mind. I don't mind that take, actually, Ross. I don't mind that take.
Who's playing you then, Blue, in the squad?
I'd have to go Summer because everyone just takes the piss out of me. Our hair is very similar, so often people will call me Summer. I'd call. I'd go Summer just for looks wise.
Fair play. Okay then. Well, question 9 before the big question. What is the first thing you would do if you won £1 million, Bonnie? It's a new question, by the way, everybody.
I'd buy a couple of houses to rent out, actually.
That's smart.
Smart investment.
Just to keep the money going, and then a holiday.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you got to be investment. I think some people they get a bit stupid, don't they? They spend it straight away on stupid things. Of course, you want holidays, definitely a few holidays, but you've got to invest it as well. Put some away just for a rainy day, and don't go too mad with it. Don't gamble it all away, and all that sort of stuff. But and maybe do you tell friends about it? I don't know, because sometimes or family members, I don't know.
That's another thing. If you got given £1 million or you won £1 million, would you give any to family and friends? That's another question.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely give it to my family.
Yeah.
I don't know, like pay off my brother's mortgage or give some
Yeah.
to my put some away for my nephews for when they're like 21. And definitely give some stuff back to my mum and dad and that. So yeah, I wouldn't be tight.
No, definitely. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, new question for the feature. And be interested to see what people are spending it on. Okay then, Blue. Here we go then. Big question. Someone brought this up because we had pizza after the game, and Jack offered me a pizza slice, and he said, "Oh, it's a pineapple one." When he was joking. He was joking about it. But yeah, Blue, take it away. Is Bonnie joining your camp or my camp? We shall see.
I'm a bit concerned actually. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No. I mean, I only have literally margarita, so anything like pizza is a no. But yeah, definitely not. Sorry.
Fair play. Well done, Bonnie. Well done.
Dusted.
But yeah, do you know what? Solid. Margarita is a solid one. Margarita pizza is a solid pizza. Can't go wrong with that.
With extra cheese, so I'm going wild.
Yes. You having like cheese crust as well? Extra, crust. What's everyone's crust? I'm a
I don't
crust
know,
man.
but yeah, I'm thin crust as well. So
yeah.
I could, but nah, just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. I like it. Well, Blue, yeah. Another one joins me. I think at the moment, I don't think I'm running away with it, but we've had a few now who have joined my camp.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There we go. Well, there we go then. 10 questions with, another one in the bag. Any other business, Blue, from 10 questions with? What's it been like as well, Bonnie? Being captain and having Blue the captain here as well. Do you guys speak much, off the pitch about different things?
Yeah, bits and pieces. Obviously, it's good to have Blue now back in training because she can obviously see and pick up the vibe of how it is. But yeah, obviously, it's good. Obviously, we've got EK's been around as well. But yeah, I think we've got a good mix in our team. A lot of leaders, but yeah, it's definitely good. Obviously, having Blue back and got that vocal side back in training, the understanding of the game. So yeah, it's coming together.
Definitely. Well, let's look ahead then to this weekend. Thankfully, we do have a game because, as we said, it's sort of very important for us to sort of bounce back straight away. And London Bees, our first game against them this year. I think we played them 3 times last year because we played them twice in the cup. Once in the cup, twice in the league. Of course, winning all the games. Bonnie, this is one of your former sides, your former side before joining us. What's your memories of playing for London Bees, and of course taking on them, your sort of memories playing against them last year?
Yeah, a couple of seasons at the Bees. The first season went really well. The sort of the financial state of the club. I think we finished 4th or 5th in championship. So yeah, we played at the main stadium, which was good. And yeah, it went really well. Second season, obviously not so good. We got relegated. Personally, for me, I was out, I think, 80% of the season with a sports hernia. So yeah, obviously ups and downs at Bees, but yeah, I enjoyed the first season.
Okay, Blue. What's your memories of London Bees then? As I said, we played them 3 times last season. But yeah, what's your memories of 3 games?
You never really know what to expect with them. I think you always you're going into the game to win it, to earn the right to win it. But sometimes can be tricky. Other times roll over a bit easier. But it requires us to be playing football high quality and having that cutting edge that we missed on Sunday. So I know they've been through quite a few changes over the past few years, as Bonnie mentioned, and then again since Bonnie left. So I've got new players. Often, I'm sure they've got different players than last season. So hard to plan against London Bees, I think. But I think one thing we can make sure of is our quality and our work rate when on the pitch, and that's the one thing we can control.
Yeah, indeed. I'm just taking a look at their recent results. Of course, they had a county cup game on the weekend, and of course they played Lewis in the FA Cup. It was going to be them or Lewis in the next round, and of course Lewis won 5-0. So that's an interesting scoreline there. And yeah, they've had mainly cup games really as of late. The last league game was back in November against MK Dons, where they lost 2-0. So they've had a lot of cup games. But Bonnie, it's great that we can go straight back at it after the defeat on Sunday. Hopefully a good week of training. But yeah, how are you feeling going ahead to this game?
I think obviously last night at training, it didn't seem like we felt sorry for ourselves, and everyone was sort of, they seemed motivated and putting a good shift in the session. So it's really good that we have got this game, in there and get the 3 points and we'd be, back in the mix. So I've experienced so many times over the years that, 7 days isn't a long time in football, and you can just turn it around. So yes, it's on 5G, I think, Sunday. So a little bit unfortunate we're not at the major stadium, but no excuses, and we can get the ball down. And I'm excited for it to Sunday to come.
Definitely, yeah. 2:30 kickoff at the Hive, London. So if you're about and you fancy a game, come along. And Blue, I'm just looking at their results quickly again. They actually beat Portsmouth back in September 1-0 at Portsmouth. So they did what we couldn't do. But so a good result for them. But it was early in the season, of course. But they've lost against Watford 4-0. They beat Plymouth 2-1. They beat actually Billericay to start the season 2-1. So they've had a few decent results here and there. But yeah, there will be an interesting team to face this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're currently sitting 10th. There's a few games played aren't all even. But it looks like at the start of the season they had a bit of a run against the bigger teams, and now struggling for form a bit. But they'll be every team in this league are tough when they want to be and when they play well. So we'll have to be at our best and need to be at our best, I think.
Definitely, yes. An opportunity for us to score some goals if we can, because, just for players to get their confidence back up and have that cutting edge that we didn't have against Pompey. Well, it's been a pleasure, Bonnie, to have you on the show as ever. Quick little question. How what's it like to work with some of your teammates? As you mentioned, you work with Lucy and Laffy, Lucy Egan, of course. Hopefully Lucy Egan will be returning at some stage. But what's it like working with your teammates?
It's really good. We do have a laugh at work. We're lucky enough we've got a pool table at work, so us three do take full advantage of that. But it's good, and like you say, Luce should be back soon. She's back in training, and it'll be a massive plus to get her back in the side. It adds that that physicality and technical ability on the ball at the back. So looking positive on her side.
That's good. Who's winning the pool games? Are you happy to share who's the best one out of you all?
It's a bit of a mixture, to be honest. So we'll sort of win our fair share.
I'm backing you, Bonnie. I'm backing you all the way. I'm backing you. I think you're the one. I think that's it. Blue. It's been a great show. Thanks as ever for co-hosting. Quick little tease on how you're getting on. You said you're back on the grass, non-contact at the moment, but you're feeling all good, and hopefully we should see you soon. Maybe warming up. Just maybe not in the squad, but just warming up with your teammates, maybe at Felixstowe somewhere.
Hopefully, yes. The past couple of weeks has gone really well. Knee feels really strong. Taking it week by week. But I think the current plan is another sort of weaken a bit of non-contact, and then we'll see where we are at that point and then how we progress from there. But it's getting very close, and I feel like it's getting very close. But I think this is the time where I need to be not cautious, but just make sure I'm not making emotional decisions or pushing it when I'm not sticking to the plan. So it's going well, feels good. A little bit rusty in training, but we're getting there. Hopefully, by the time I'm back on the pitch, all of that rust will have gone.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, take your time, Blue. Take your time. It's going to be a great day. Bonnie, that's going to be great. I'm sure it's been great to see Pescott make a return. What's that been like playing with Pescott? And I'm sure you can't wait to play alongside Blue again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was only the Hounslow game that me and Blue really got to play together. And I really enjoyed it. I thought we linked up really well that day. So, wait until the next time, which hopefully shouldn't be too long. And Pesk as well. Obviously, she's getting back into it now, and getting some more minutes under her belt each week. So, two players that I rate highly. So, be great to get them back in top form, and now's the time that we can't slip up again. So, really get them two in and crack on.
Definitely. Well, bring on this weekend. If you're going to the game, enjoy it. If you're not, follow the game with us as always on Ipswich Town Women's Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And of course, we'll be back next week as always. We are proudly sponsored by John Fowler Solicitors as always. So big up Mark Kennedy as standards. Blue, I'll let you outro as ever. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. Thanks for joining us on your birthday. Big 21. Take it away.
Thank you very much both for joining me. It's been a great pod. Good to be back. Hopefully a better result on Sunday against London Bees. Again, if you want to come along, it's at the Hive, 2:30 kickoff. And also to add, next week for the men's Morecambe game, Tuesday night game under the lights, I'll be on co-coms for iFollow. So if you fancy to tune in to that and listen to more of me, get the iFollow pass, have a listen, and please don't abuse me on Twitter. Been good to chat, and we'll see you next week.